Okay, so this is a video I'm gonna make because I've been looking for it myself. If you also have a 02, 03 Acura TL Type S, you'll know what I'm talking about. These transmissions are absolutely made of glass, and I'm having all the symptoms, all the codes. Not necessarily a pressure switch code, the 1739 or whatever, but more so just the P0780, P0740, those type of codes. So first things first, you're gonna want to obviously jack up the car, um, throw the tire underneath for safety, and then you're gonna want to get to removing that clip that you just see me take out. And if it looks anything like mine did, you're gonna definitely want to go ahead and make sure you have a new one before you wrestle it out all rough. Next here, now that you have access, you're gonna see there's a number 4 right there. That is because that top switch is the 4th gear pressure switch. That one is beige. And then behind this cover here that has 2 bolts holding it up, you're gonna have the number 3 right there. So that is your 3rd gear pressure switch, and that one is black. The top one may also look like it's black, but it's just the electrical, the relay, whatever, the plug-in that's covering it. Underneath though, the 4th top one, 4th gear, is definitely beige. It took me a while trying to find that information out for myself. I just didn't know, like, was top beige or black or whatever, just to be sure, just some of that information that I wish I had readily available myself. So I'm trying to make it readily available for whoever's watching this video. Second, as you can see, next step after removing that clip would be taking the 2 bolts off this plastic cover, which will give you access to the 3rd gear pressure switch. I removed them both here, so now you can see back there the other electrical switch that I will be unplugging. And it wasn't too hard to take off. It wasn't stale like other different electrical connectors have been, so that was cool. Now we have the top one up here, which you will see once it's revealed. It is beige. There she is. To my surprise, the socket, the pressure switches themselves were size 7/8, standard size 7/8 sockets. Both of them are the same, and you're gonna need a deep socket in order to fit over the switch. And yeah, just be gentle with them. You don't want to strip anything. And having a rag at hand would be helpful also, because there's going to be transmission fluid that leaks out from both switches. Not anything significant, just if you're working in your driveway or somewhere you want to keep clean, just have a couple little rags or a shop towel handy. So here I froze the screen so you guys can see the part numbers. And this is the 4th, again frozen, and 3rd right there that I'm getting ready. They come with an O-ring and with plastic covers on each end to not get anything in them like contaminated or no particles or anything, so that way both ends, the part that goes in the tranny and the part where the connector connects to, remain clean. Make sure you have a clean surface on the actual tranny itself, and make sure you fit that O-ring on there. Then you will put it in and start the threads by hand. Make sure it's going in smooth. You don't want to feel any resistance. Don't want to be stripping anything in there. Get it about as tight as you can with your hand, then you'll be ready to proceed with the wrench. There we have a comparison of them. Clearly both beige. And I happened to do the complete 4th one. Both removed it and put the new one on and torqued it down one at a time, and then I proceeded to then do the 3rd one. The driver's side bottom of the skid plate. And I did that because these have to be torqued down to 15 foot-pounds. I just showed my torque wrench right there, and in order to fit the wrench in there, I had to remove some of that extra stuff. I wasn't able to fit the big wrench in there with those splash shields still in place. It may work for you if you have a smaller torque wrench. Mine's just kind of on the bigger side, so it wouldn't have fit. Now here I'm removing the bottom third gear switch, again with the 7/8 socket. As you can see there, it's coming out. And now I am grabbing the third gear switch. There's the O-ring, the switch with the plastic covers on it. Like I said, popped one off, popped the other side off, slide the O-ring on. And again, same process like the fourth gear. You're gonna just get down there, start the threads with your hand, like I did there. Make sure it's going on smooth. You don't want to feel any resistance or like you're grinding any of the threads. Don't want to be rethreading these at all. After you feel that you got it as tight as you can with your hand, you can then proceed with throwing that 7/8 on your torque wrench, setting it to 15 foot-pounds. Mine's already set from the previous one that I did. Get it on there and get the torquing down. The wrench will tell you when it's done. I'm getting close here. With those splash shields out of the way, it's hear the beeping. Definitely easy. Sometimes removing a few extra things, taking the time to do that, will make the job itself go a lot smoother. I'd rather take the time and take apart what I need to, remove what I need to. That way I can get the job done with the peace of mind, not struggling in any nooks and crannies. And just plug it back in. So as you can see there, I got it down to 15 foot-pounds. Throw my electrical connector on. It only fits on one way, so you don't have to worry about putting it on wrong. Make sure you hear the click. And now to put that plastic cover back, you're gonna put those two 10mm bolts in, and then everything will be the opposite way of the way you took it apart. Just throw those two bolts on, tighten them down, and then you will throw your tire back on, torque the lug nuts down to 80 foot-pounds. And here I have a screenshot of the service manual for the procedure that I just did. If you prefer to learn that way, or I don't know, the more resources the better, I'd say. And then here is also the service manual page on how to go about topping off your transmission fluid and that whole shibata bang.